He was a weirdo, and it was just like, wow, you took me out on one date and you was really thinking I was gonna bust it open for you. What's up, it's your girl Salasia, aka Say Say, and I'm in the mother loving building. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is going to be a story time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I give you the real, raw, and uncut. So we finna get into some things. So this story time is finna be worst date ever. He was possessive. Let's get into it. So this actually not recently just happened. I think this happened maybe about like last month. Yeah, this happened last month, I believe. And it's just been on my mind for a little bit because it's just like, did he really just do what he then did? So I just had to tell you guys this story time. So without further ado, let's get into it. I met this guy on a dating app. I don't want to tell you what dating app it is, but I met him on a dating app, right? So for the people who know, I moved to Houston, and you know, I've been dating a little bit. Actually, I have a few stories. I have so many stories, but I'm gonna do a separate video like dating in Houston, and I'll kind of explain my little situations. But basically, I've been dating a little bit, and I met this dude on this dating app, and like when he first messaged me, he was like, he said name like 5 countries that I ever wanted to visit. And I was just like, okay, maybe it's just like a spontaneous question or whatever. So I told him and stuff like that. And we had like a few in common that we wanted to visit. He was like, well, I hope you got your passport and da 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 da. You know how dudes be talking and make it seem like they're gonna fly you out the country, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So check out my nails, y'all. I got these on TikTok, the press-ons. But anyways, maybe I'll put the link below. But anyway, so to be honest, I feel like dating apps, you get bottom of the barrel men. Like, you get bottom of the barrel men. You get the weirdos, you get the crazy dudes, you get the 40-year-olds that are still looking for love. Like, you just get all the wrong type of men on dating apps. But I mean, I was just like, let me just see what's out there. So we were messaging each other for a little bit, and I mean, conversation was decent, it was cool and stuff like that. And typically I don't give my number out just like that. I typically wait. Like, I'll give you like my Instagram or something like that, and then if I feel like you're serious and we're on the same page, then I'll give my number. But I believe I gave him my number and stuff, and yeah, we were texting for a little bit. But when we were texting, it wasn't like deep conversation type of text. No. When we were texting, it was like cool conversations and stuff like that. He never called me on the phone. He never FaceTime me or nothing. So this man doesn't even know what I look like. Recently, men have been trying to like FaceTime me to see if I'm real. I don't know if it looks like I'm a catfish, or I don't know if girls be catfishing men or whatever. But like, a lot of men out here in Houston, they like to FaceTime you. Like, it's weird. Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, what is the reason? So you FaceTime me and you see I'm who I say I am. What's next? So his birthday was coming up, and he was going out of the country for his birthday. He had like a whole planned trip, but he wanted to see me before he went you know, out of town for his birthday. So I feel like while texting, he was cool. It wasn't like nothing special, but I'm like, he's cool. Like, I'll see what it's given, you know? So after texting for like maybe a week, I think it was even less than a week, he was like, I want to take you out. So I'm like, okay, like, that's fine. You know, like I said, I just moved to Houston. I'm trying to explore. I'm trying to get out. He told me he wasn't from Houston and he moved out here alone. And I was like, same. So we had a little bit of things in common. We both moved out here by ourselves. And yeah. So he's saying he wants to take me out, but then he was like, oh, well, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? And I'm just like, that's the thing with you men. Stop asking us out on dates, but then turning around and asking us what do we want to do and where do we want to go. That's you as a man. As a man, you're supposed to plan, and you're supposed to let us know what it is, because that lets us know as women, you know how to be a leader in a way. You know how to plan. You know how to set a date and plan. So we were like trying to figure out what we were gonna do, and I was just like, that's kind of like a turn off, because it's like why are you asking me what I want to do? We already went through the conversation what I like to do. I already told him a little bit about myself, so you should have got that information from when I had told you what I liked and planned a date. He was just saying like he hasn't really gone out like that, and he don't really know of all the places out here. And I'm just like, Google is free, like Maps is free, TikTok is free. You could really find something. So long story short, we end up deciding to go to Top Golf. We both never been to Top Golf before. Has he been to Top? I don't remember. I feel like we both never been to Top Golf before. So I was like, let's go to Top Golf then and get some food or whatever. He was like, all right, bet. So during this date, it was raining in Houston. It was like the weather was all weird. So I'm getting ready and stuff, and he just keeps on texting my phone. He was like, oh, let's go around this time and this and that. I'm like, okay. Then he'll text me again and be like, oh, actually, let's go around this time because the weather changed and I changed my outfit like multiple times. And I'm just thinking, I'm not finna go. Like, I'm not finna go on this date, because why do you keep on changing the times? And he just kept on bringing up stuff and like what are you wearing and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dude, this is real weird. Like, have you had a situation in the past where you've gotten stood up? Like, I don't know if he kept on texting me to make sure like I was still coming, but like every message I was like, okay, that's fine, all right, cool. Because honestly, I was getting ready too, and I wasn't gonna be on time either way. So him like, you know, extending the time a little later was like, it was fine, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't even gonna make it the first time he had said. So I was cool with it. So I had one outfit on. I had a certain outfit on, and then it starts raining, so I had to change my whole outfit last minute. We meet there, and that Top Golf was only like 14 minutes away from me, so I wasn't tripping like meeting him there or whatever. So we meet there, and I get there before him. So like we're on the phone, and I'm just like, hey, like let me know when you pull up and stuff. So he pulls up, right? I'm just waiting. He gets out the car. I'm thinking, okay, so we got there a little early before our time to golf. So people know at Top Golf you have to book like the time you want to like golf or whatever, or you can do walk-ins. He booked the time for us. So we got there like 30 minutes, 45 minutes early. So I'm thinking maybe I'm just gonna like hop in his car, we finna chat it up a little bit, and then we're finna go in. But he like hops out of his car already. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, is he trying to get in my car? Because my car was dirty at the time, chill. I had like bottles of water and a whole bunch of shit in my car. So he's like coming on like my driver's side. I was like, okay, he probably just wants to greet me, give me a hug or whatever. Why do I look not in my rearview mirror? I forgot what this other mirror is called on the side. Why do I look and I see he has something in his hand, and I'm like, let me get out this car and see what it is. So I get out the car, and he has this huge big bouquet of flowers, like the most beautifulest flowers I've ever received. It was a really big bouquet where I like had to like hug over it, and he was like, these are for you. And I was like such in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then he had like a box of chocolate for me. He was like, this is for you. He's like, you look good and stuff. And I was like, thank you. He was cool, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't like ugly or nothing, but he wasn't like super fine or nothing like that. And he was a little short. You know, he was obviously taller than me because I'm a shorty, but he wasn't like super fine. But I'm like, okay, he's cool or whatever. Mediocre. We gonna call him 15 Cent. We're gonna call him 15 Cent because he looks like 15 Cent. If y'all seen Penny Proud, I'm gonna insert a picture of what 15 Cent looks like. This is what he kind of like reminds me of. So we get in there, we kind of like walk around a little bit, kind of looking at like, you know, Top Golf and stuff. And then we go up to the guy, and he's like, actually, we have like an area for you guys if you guys want to, you know, golf earlier. Because I told you we came in a little earlier from our set time. So we get in there. The day was cool. Like, you know, I feel like he was very charming, sweet guy. You know what I'm saying? He was telling me his experience moving to Houston and telling me about like the business he has and what he does. So he's like a jeweler. So he does jewelry or whatever and stuff. And he was just telling me like what he does and stuff. I was telling him what I do and everything like that when I moved out to Houston. Just telling him I'm really just still trying to find my way, you know, in Houston and stuff like that. And we were really getting to know each other. I feel like the day went well. You feel me? He was very sweet. You know, he was helping me golf because I'm good at mini golf, but top golf it was very confusing. So a few things I did notice about him, I think I'm gonna just say it now since we're right at this point. He would ask me to do stuff. Like, he would be like, he called me mama. He'd be like, hey mama, order for us, or mama, do this, or mama, and stuff. But it wasn't like do this for me, but it was just kind of like, mama, order for us. Like, you know, what do you want to order? Okay, mama, order for us. It was cool and stuff like that. But I'm just like, I think long term, if you're already telling me to do little stuff, like, that means you're gonna be asking me to do a whole bunch of stuff for you, and no, I'm not doing that. So I just noticed that, just little stuff. On the day he was telling me all this money he made and stuff, and all this extra stuff, and that, you know, I told him I do YouTube, and he was telling me, oh well, you know, I can make you a Cuban. I make you a Cuban, you do a little review on YouTube. Like, we're talking about like collabing and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, cool. Like, he was saying how much money he be giving his mom and his sister, and how like he a gentleman, he knows how to treat a woman, like spending money ain't nothing. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I feel like it was just his way of like trying to like kind of prove himself to me, like show off a little bit. So I was just like, okay, cool. So after that, yeah, he went on his trip and everything. He didn't really communicate too much when he was on his trip, but like he showed me like, you know, his place that he got on his trip. I forgot where exactly he went. I have no idea. But he was just saying like, I wish you was here, and I wish you was on this trip. I wish I would have met you earlier. You could have went on this trip with me. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, hope you have a good one. Happy birthday. And stuff like that. After his trip, he comes back and stuff. Of course, he wants to see me. So he told me he does like a few things for work. And like his business is pretty much like his side hustle. But he was always busy. Like, we never really like talked like once he got back, because he would be so busy like working, you know. So when we were talking, you know, he knows I'm a YouTuber and stuff like that. He was like, you know, I've been trying to get into my YouTube bag. I've been trying to get into YouTube and stuff. And I was just telling him like, you just gotta start. Like, I was telling him like things he needs to do to start his YouTube channel or whatever. And I had posted one of my story times, and he seen it got like 10K views, and he was like, okay, I didn't know like you was doing numbers and stuff like that. Like, we got to do a collab. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it was cool. Like, it was cool, right? So yeah, back to me saying like I posted a little thirst trap or whatever, and he comments on it and was like, I wish I could get videos like this. I'm thinking, okay. And I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah, but I mean, you rather post them for the gram. And my whole thing is, what's the issue? Because I'm posting myself on the gram. I was posting myself on the gram before I met you. While we're talking, I'm going to still post myself on the gram after you. So what is that supposed to mean? So I was like, okay, well, I didn't know you like those kind of videos. I'll start sending you them. Child, I'm not going to send you nothing. I'm just checking temperature a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still being nice. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know, like, I could send you them, because it wasn't really anything. It was just like a cute little video on my body or whatever. So he was like, yeah, I would love that if you send them to me and only me.
The fuck?
like what? Only you? You're not my man. let me add this in. When we were on the date, I remember him saying, of course we were saying like our experiences dating out here so far, and he was just saying like the women out here are like gold diggers, they only want you for your money and stuff. I've been hearing that a lot, but he was just saying, yeah, they're gold diggers and stuff like that. And he was just like telling me an example of where this girl was asking him for money, and he was like, okay, well, am I your man? Like, are we locked in? And she was like, no, you're not my man. And from that little snippet of conversation he told me, he sounded a little like controlling and possessive a little bit. So when he had sent me that message, it was just kind of like, okay, that's noted. You're starting to be like a little too controlling a little bit and a little bit too possessive, and you don't even really know me like that. Like, we went out on one date, dude, chill. Granted, I moved out here, but I have family out here. So granted, I did move out here all by myself, but I'm really not by myself. But it really don't matter. I don't remember the first time when we had our date if I told him or not. I feel like I probably said I was out here by myself. I don't remember if I told him I have cousins out here. I probably said I have a little bit of family out here. Who knows? I feel like that day he really pretty much talked about himself the whole time. I could barely get a word out. I feel like he was trying to impress me. He was talking so much. And I remember like he was texting me. We were texting. I feel like one day like he forgot to text me. Like something happened where he completely like kind of went ghost for a little bit. And he texted back and he was like so apologetic. He was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope like you know, you don't want to stop talking to me. I'm like, it's fine. Like, if you're a busy man, like, and you out here making that money, I'm not really tripping and stuff. So I thought he was a cool, genuine dude. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I noted he was tripping and wanted me to send him basically private videos of myself. And he was tripping because I was showing myself on Instagram. And it was just like what? I was doing a little thirst trap. It wasn't even nothing. I'm gonna put the video up here because it really wasn't even nothing. You know what I'm saying? That video was literally like 3 seconds. So he texted me, right? And he was like, when are we gonna spend quality time together? And I'm thinking in my head, when you plan something, like, so yeah, he was like, when are we gonna spend quality time together? And I was like, I'm free this weekend. Just let me know before my cousins ask me to hang out. So, you know, I've been going out with my cousins. We be going getting food. We be hanging out. We be kicking it. And during this time, like, I already knew, me and my cousins were already talking about hanging out this weekend. So I knew that they were going to be on it. Like, my cousins be on it. When they want to see me, like, they be on it. So I was just letting him know, like, let me know before my cousins, like, do something with me, you know? So then he goes, so you go out with your cousins every weekend? I'm like, no, not every weekend. He proceeds to say, how many cousins do you have living out here? And when you say, let me know before your cousins ask to hang out, is that like a point where if you go with them, you wouldn't be free to see me at all? I'm thinking,
Oh, Lord.
dude, what's the issue? All I said was, let me know before my cousins, like, try to do something with me. I say, like, 3. And I'm saying, let me know what day so I can make time. Like, I'm just keeping it real short and to the point because that's what it is. I don't need to be, you know what I'm saying? He goes, okay, so what if I want to see you more than that? Like, I don't want to feel like we got to keep planning dates for me to see you. What? Is this man serious? What? I'm looking like, what? You took me out on one date and you're already complaining about taking me on more dates? Red flag. I'm like, and I already know. I'm hip to it. You feel me? I already know. I already know what that means, right? But let me keep on let me keep on going on. So I said, we only went on one date. I'm not sure why you're feeling this way, but if you wanted to see me more than just the weekend, it just all depends. He proceeds to say, yeah, I mean, look at your wording. I don't know if it's because we texting, but you said let me know before your cousins make plans. I'm just like, dang, now I gotta set dates and exact times to spend time with you before your cousins. or anybody else do. I don't know. I thought you were trying to date and get to know each other more. I didn't know your schedule would be like that. And what does it depend on? What? Hold on. See, one thing about men, they gonna always show their true colors and their true self. Eventually. I'm just glad this one showed it off the gate. Let's get into it. Nothing's wrong with my wording. Nothing. Could I have taken that out? Yes, but it's not a big deal. I'm just like, dang, I gotta set dates and times to spend time with you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Why wouldn't you think you have to set dates and times for a date? Yes, you do. What do you think this is? We're not in high school where we just kicking it in people's cars or like kicking it and hanging out. No, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm 27 years old. You need to set dates and times to come and see me. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. What are we talking about? I'm not 16. Like, before your cousins or anybody else. Yes, baby. Look at me. Yes. Dudes, they want to spend time with me. They want to see what's up with me. You're not the only one. It's just like, what are you thinking? Like, do you see me? I look good. Like, of course people are going to want to see me. And I haven't seen my family. You're lucky it's my family. It's not other dudes. I'm telling you, it's my family. Like, and it really is my family. So why do you think you have competition with my family? Nobody has competition with my family. No one compares to my family. My family needs me. I'm always be there for my family. That's just what it is. I don't know, man. I thought you were trying to date and get to know each other. Baby, dating means going out on dates. I literally was just letting him know, like, look, let me know so I can make time. Like, I was gonna make time because I've already been kicking it with my cousins, but you took it the wrong way. So let's move on. I said I would prefer if you set a date and time. And just let me know when you're trying to spend time together, and let me know. And I'll let you know if I'm free. Dude, you did too much. He said, for sure, I'll try. Okay. So, post another little thirst trap or whatever on my Instagram. It wasn't none special. I'll put a video here if I want to. Or not. Y'all, right when he seen that video, he texted me. So after that message, that was like Wednesday, we stopped texting. So at this point, we're not even really texting every day. And I'm not even really trying to text him because I already seen the red flags. You're tripping off on my family, you gotta go. I'm not even feeling this dude no more. So once I post that little video of myself, he immediately texts me. And I seen the vibe. From the vibe from my video, I could already tell what type of time he was on. He said, what you doing today? And let me add this in. I had put a video that I found like on TikTok or Instagram of this dude basically showing men how to ask women out on dates. Like, basically saying, like, you know, set dates and times. Hold the door open for her. Ask if she wants you to pick her up or send a car for her. Like, simple stuff you do for a lady. Like, come on. And it just went over his head, child. He texted me, was like, what you doing today? I was like, I have a few errands to run. What about you? He was like, I just got back from the gym, blah, 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 blah. He goes, I want to see you. I said, okay, what do you have in mind? Literally setting it up like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what the plan is. Set a date. He said, it doesn't matter, I just want to see you. I forgot to say, like, when we went out on a date, he didn't plan it. Like, he kept on asking me what I want to do. Like, I planned that first day we went on, I really planned it. Because he didn't plan it himself. He was like, well, what do you want to do? And where you want to go? And what do you want to do? And do you want to do this? And do you want to do that? And I had to change my clothes. Like, so I'm just like, this dude don't even know how to plan a simple date. He doesn't even know how to plan a simple date. We are in our late 20s. And you don't know how to plan a simple date. How do you not know how to plan a simple date? He's like, it doesn't matter, I just want to see you. He's like, was there something in particular you wanted to do? Like, dude, you're clearly telling me you don't know how to plan a date. Stop asking me what I want to do and plan. I already told you what I like to do. So I really wanted to see what he was going to come up with. So I said, I don't have anything in particular, just let me know. Like, literally, plan and let me know. He's like, so cool. So you cool with us getting food and watching movies? Not a movie. Movies. I'm not dumb. Clearly he wanted me to come over and watch movies with him. Because he put movies instead of a movie. I said, movies? Where? He said, my place. We can order food. So it went from we can go and get food to watching multiple movies to we're actually watching movies at your place and we're ordering food. What? Who do you think I am? Like, first of all, we only went out on one date. You couldn't even get through at least 3 good dates before you start asking me to come over your crib. So I said, I'm not comfortable coming over this early on. I'm not coming over your crib. Like, and it was at nighttime too. We're texting. What time was it? We're texting like 5, 6. So by the time we already figure out plans, majority of the time, and he lived like more downtown, which is 30 minutes away from me. By the time we figure out what we're gonna do and I pull up, it'll be 8 p.m. at night. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. You coming over to a man's place late at night, you already know what they want. Let's really talk about it. So I said, I'm not comfortable coming over this early on. He proceeds to say, are you dating anybody else at the moment other than me? Dude. And if at the time, honestly, I wasn't. But if I was, so what? We're not exclusively dating. You took me out on one date. One date. Like, why are you being possessive for? Why are you being controlling? You're not my man. So I said, no, why do you ask? Child, this man never texts me back after that. So my whole thing is, with me, I'm 27 years old. I don't play games. Like, with this dating stuff, I don't play games. You want to be weird. You want to be mad and ask. You're mad that I post myself on my Instagram and you're asking for private videos. And then you're mad that I have family out here that love me and support me and want to see me. And you think you're in competition with my family. Then you're mad because what, I didn't want to come over and fuck you. Like, dude, I don't know you. Like, what? And then on top of that, even if I said no, you still could have planned a date. Even though I said I don't feel comfortable coming over earlier on, you could have been like, okay, that's cool. We can go and get food. Like, let me take you out. We'll just get food. Or, okay, that's fine. We can do this or we can do that. Instead, you just ignore me. Child, bye, you're cut off. So, child, the days go by and then I just block him. Because who do you think you are? Like, you're not finna play in my face. Clearly you want to you didn't get no and that's that. So I'm just like, I'm thinking, okay, another one bites the dust. Like, I'm finna just block him. Like, so I block him, right? So I block his number. I do not block him on Instagram. Like, 2 days later, he DMs me on Instagram and he's like, blocking my number after I was nothing but respectful and courted you is crazy. Could at least communicated you wasn't fucking with me, but for sure, thought you was different. Guess I was right. I don't give a damn! You're mad because you was trying to hit me up on the late night tip trying to get some and then when I checked you and set my boundaries and then you kind of ghost me and stop talking to me, you're mad because I blocked you? You're a weirdo. Like, I don't know if this man thought, I don't know if things always go his way and he gets what he wants. But with me, you gonna treat me right. And you gonna treat me like a lady. So, he sends that message, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, you already was giving me major red flags. Like, whatever. I'm thinking that's the end of it. Chill. he's blocked, right? But I'm on my laptop or whatever, and I can see him messaging me on my laptop. Because for some reason on the laptops, you can't block no one. So if you block someone on your phone, you could still see their messages or their text messages coming through your laptop. So y'all, I'm on my laptop, and he proceeds to text me. Oh, I have to actually go to my laptop. But basically, he was just texting me talking about, I knew you were a user. You handled our situation the worst. Like, just sending me multiple messages, just being like a weirdo. Like, clearly you see you're blocked. I'm no longer interested. You don't have to DM me on Instagram and then proceed to text message me on crashing out. I had to let his mother know. I had to let him know what it was, baby. Because one thing about me, I'm very nonchalant, especially if I don't really know you. I really don't care. Spaz out, do what you want. I really don't care, because I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? You're already a weirdo. I don't want to be with you, so I don't really need to crash out with you. Because if we both crashing out, that means we both care about each other, and I don't know you enough to even really care about you. I thought it was very sweet that he, you know, got me a bouquet of flowers and everything like that, and I thought he was a cool dude and we were going to get to know each other. But I didn't think after one date you were going to be pressed for some. But baby, it's expected. Especially when you look good, like, it's expected. That's all men want. Especially when you're really a pretty girl. They gonna want it. But I've heard, he's from Atlanta. I've heard about Atlanta men, but I never really paid it any mind because I never go to Atlanta or whatever. But now it's making sense. Like, and kind of like how Houston men, like, they don't waste no time. After the first date, if you're not giving it up, they're gonna trip out, or they're gonna be weird, or they're just simply gonna cut you off. So I'm like at a point in my life where I'm about to tell you about yourself. I'm going to tell you about yourself, and I don't care, because at the end of the day, like, people need to know about themselves. People need to hear about themselves. They need to know about themselves, whether or not they take the advice or not, whether they think the person who's telling them about themselves is crazy or whatever they're saying isn't true. I'm gonna tell you about yourself, baby. So at first I was just gonna ignore it, but I had to tell him about himself. This is what I said, y'all. I said, okay, let's get into it. Now, when I say let's get into it, I'm getting in that ass. I said, first off, I'm not proving to anyone my worth so I can be treated right. One date doesn't mean start giving me the bare minimum because you have your own insecurities about being used for your money. Second, you have issues, ... You tripped about me not wanting to send you private videos when you are not my man. Then tripped that I had family out here. Major red flag. And lastly, you're mad I didn't want to come over. Sounds like you still need some healing to do before you start dating again.
And the reason why I said that was because when we were talking about our past relationships, he told me that his ex cheated on him, and it took him a very long time to heal from it. And he's been single for 4 years because of that. And I was telling him, like, you need to heal before you try and date again. Like, and it's just so crazy. Like, outside looking in, people can really see your flaws. People can really see your issues and your insecurities. Like, for me, I can see that. I can see what people's, you know, issues are, their insecurities, like, and I was just telling him, like, you need to heal because you're not going to put your insecurities on me and have me all in distress, tripping because you didn't heal from your last relationship.
And dating means going on dates, love. I'm too grown to be playing this, in quotations. Is she using me for my money game? I have my own everything, sir. And inviting me over thinking you were going to smash was silly. I wish you the best. I'm no longer interested. Take care.
Ooh, take a shot.
And this is the thing. A lot of men are like this. They want you to prove your worth so bad to them so that they could treat you right. Meanwhile, they're the ones that approach you and want to pursue you and court you. And the thing is, we're going to get into some things. You did not court me. He's like, the fact that I courted you and I was respectful and courted you is crazy. You did not court me. You took me out on one date. I did not ask you to buy me a bouquet of flowers. I did not ask you to buy me chocolates. Even though I was grateful and appreciative that you did that for me, I did not ask you to do that. And I feel like he felt like since he took me out on one date and buy me like a huge bouquet of flowers and chocolate, that was enough for me to just be up and ready whenever he wanted me to be ready. Whenever he wanted to hit me up, that was enough for him to get some. And that was enough for him to be controlling and possessive, and for me to just sit back and be like, okay. Like, no. And I don't like this playing game.
And just to add this in, I feel like a lot of men have manipulative tactics. And I feel like he was trying to gaslight me and guilt trip me into giving him what he wanted. Like, all the issues he had, for him to feel like I was just going to give in and just be like, okay, yeah, well, I'm sorry that I didn't send you private videos. I'll send you private videos. Or I'm sorry, I'll make more time and, not spend time with my family. I'll put you first. And, even though I'm setting my boundaries, letting you know I don't want to come over, I'll come over for you. Like, what do you think this is? Like, I'd be so confused with men. It's just like, I know there are women out there that are, dumb, slow, that are going to deal with that. But baby, you found the right one.
It's like you trying to figure out if I'm using you for your money or not. What? Sorry, I have my own everything. Let's start there. Like, what? And by that point, I had already had like a situation where a guy was trying to like test me and see if I was using him for his money. So when I got to him, baby, oh no, I'm not dealing with it. And I'm finna get in that ass.
Niggas always trying to make it seem like I lost them. No, nigga, you lost me, nigga. You tripping.
And I want to read something that I recently like seen on Instagram, and this is exactly how I felt about this situation. They want you to prove your worth to them in order for them to treat you right. Worst mindset to have with me, because I'm not auditioning for treatment I know I deserve. The minute you pursue me was the minute you knew my worth. Don't play with me. And that's exactly how I feel about the situation. Like, he was a weirdo, and it was just like, wow, you took me out on one date and you was really thinking I was finna bust it open for you. Like, what? It's just so crazy to me. So unfortunately, yeah, I cut him off, and that was the end of that. So that was my story time on worst date ever. He was possessive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button so you know when I post a new video. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Money on my mind. Don't be spinning game if you really wasting time.